Hey there, digital explorers. I'm Julie, your AI EduBot learning guide and thought partner for today's AI learning journey. Now, let me ask you something. What if the AI tools you already use every day to search, write, summarize, plan, and think could become something more than tools? What if they could become true thought partners, helping you prepare better, ask better questions, and make better decisions, especially when the decisions truly matter? Because in 2026, AI is no longer just about productivity, it's about amplification, amplifying your clarity, amplifying your confidence, and most importantly, amplifying your human judgment. Today, I'm going to walk you through the Care Bridge Protocol. The Care Bridge Protocol is a human centered framework for using AI responsibly, not to replace professionals, not to automate care, and not to remove people from the process, but to keep humans firmly in the loop while using AI as a supportive thought partner. Together, we'll explore how care helps transform confusion into clarity, anxiety into agency, and complex conversations into collaborative, human led decisions. Let's begin. The sacred relationship under strain. The relationship between people and their doctors remains the foundation of healing. But today, that relationship is under real pressure. Medical language is complex, appointments are shorter, and anxiety makes it harder for people to process information and ask meaningful questions. These challenges do not come from a lack of care, they come from system overload. Care was created to reduce this communication burden by helping people organize information, understand options, and prepare before and after important conversations. Bridging the gap with the care triad. Care is built around a simple and powerful triad. The patient remains the central decision maker, the practitioner remains the clinical authority, and AI becomes a thought partner. The AI supports translation, summarization, and preparation, while the human relationship remains central. This is what human in the loop collaboration looks like. AI supports understanding. Humans lead decisions. The 4D Advocacy Framework, your strategic roadmap to informed agency. This slide introduces the practical engine of care, the 4D Advocacy Framework. Designate, disclose, direct, dialogue. This four-step process helps transform AI from a search tool into a structured decision support partner. Most importantly, this framework is patient-led. It operates under a person's right to manage and understand their own information, without placing compliance or documentation burdens on healthcare providers. Phase 1 and 2, setting the strategic stage. Designate and disclose create the foundation for meaningful AI support. Designate gives AI a focused expert perspective. Disclose provides personal context so the guidance is relevant and not generic. Together, these steps teach people how to use AI responsibly by giving it the context it needs to support human thinking. Phase 3, direct the task. Direct is where people shift from information gathering to decision preparation. Instead of asking broad questions, they ask for specific outcomes. They request comparisons, risk assessments, and realistic trade offs based on their personal profile. This turns AI into a structured reasoning assistant that helps people prepare for real conversations, not replace them. And in Phase 4, the bridge. Dialogue is where care strengthens human communication. AI generates short professional summaries and thoughtful questions that help people speak confidently with their specialists. This does not replace medical conversations, it improves them. Dialogue prepares people to engage respectfully and productively with human experts. Care, the values that guide every interaction. This slide represents the philosophy behind the framework. Collaborative and courteous use of AI preserves trust. AI-assisted insight improves clarity. Relationship enhancement strengthens engagement. Empathetic engagement helps people feel more confident and less fearful. Care ensures technology amplifies, rather than disrupts, human relationships. The 4D framework in clinical practice, the spinal strategy case. This real-world example shows how care works. A patient facing a complex spinal decision uses the 4D process to understand options, risks, and outcomes. Instead of arriving confused and overwhelmed, the patient arrives prepared and engaged. Care transforms emotional uncertainty into structured, respectful participation. How the Care Bridge protocol works: a seamless, cooperative process. Care is designed to fit naturally into real clinical conversations. The patient introduces AI as a support tool. The doctor remains the decision authority. AI supports explanation, organization, and understanding. Care strengthens shared decision making without disrupting clinical workflows. The patient led advocacy advantage. Care differs from traditional clinical AI systems. It does not require institutional deployment. It does not increase documentation burden. It does not introduce new provider liability workflows. The patient brings their own advocacy tool. This makes care immediately usable and professionally safer for providers. The strategic insight. Because care is patient led, it avoids many regulatory and operational complexities of clinical AI. Patients exercise their fundamental right to understand and manage their own information. Care strengthens autonomy while preserving professional authority. Thoughtful considerations and limitations. Care is designed with transparency. AI can be inaccurate. Clinical decisions always remain with qualified professionals. Human relationships remain essential. Care explicitly teaches critical thinking and responsible use. Trust is built by acknowledging limitations openly. A movement toward humane healthcare. Care represents a shift in how technology supports people, from anxiety to agency, from confusion to clarity, from isolation to collaboration. Care preserves the heart of medicine while supporting people with modern tools, reducing risk, burnout, and system costs. Better communication reduces litigation risk. Stronger trust reduces defensive medicine. Clearer conversations reduce professional burnout. Care protects clinicians as well as patients by strengthening relationships. Healthcare cost savings enabled by the CareBridge protocol. Care reduces unnecessary visits, readmissions, and misunderstandings. Patients experience better outcomes. Providers experience lower friction. The healthcare system benefits from reduced waste and inefficiency. Why the CareBridge protocol reduces costs without replacing doctors. The doctor remains the authority. AI supports understanding, not diagnosis. Care strengthens trust, compliance, and recovery. Better understanding leads to better outcomes, and better outcomes reduce cost without sacrificing human connection. Top healthcare cost savings generated by Care. This slide shows something very important. Care does not reduce costs by cutting people out of the process. It reduces costs by improving understanding, communication, and follow through. When patients clearly understand discharge instructions and next steps, hospital readmissions go down. When AI helps people clarify symptoms and decisions early, unnecessary emergency room visits are avoided. When patients and clinicians engage in shared decision making, low value or unnecessary procedures are reduced. When people receive clear summaries and reminders, medication adherence improves. And when communication is simple, timely, and supportive, missed appointments decline. These savings are not driven by automation. They are driven by better conversations, better preparation, and better human alignment. Care shows that when clarity improves, outcomes improve. And when outcomes improve, costs naturally fall. This is what human-centered AI looks like at scale. The CareBridge protocol reduces costs because it strengthens human-centered care, not because it removes people from the process. Doctors remain the authority. AI supports understanding, not diagnosis. And trust and relationships are strengthened rather than disrupted. Care uses AI as a patient advocate. It helps capture instructions, clarify complex medical language, and support recovery, compliance, and follow-up. The economic impact comes from fewer misunderstandings, lower litigation risk, and less waste across the entire care lifecycle. In simple terms, when people understand better, they make better decisions. When decisions improve, outcomes improve. And when outcomes improve, costs naturally go down. That is the care bridge difference, human led care amplified by AI. The Care Bridge Protocol reminds us of something very simple and very powerful. The future of AI is not about replacing people, it's about amplifying how we think, how we prepare, and how we connect with one another. Care shows us that when humans stay in the loop and AI becomes a respectful thought partner, clarity increases, trust grows, and better decisions become possible. If you'd like to go deeper into the CareBridge protocol and learn additional amplification and thought partnership strategies and frameworks for your career, your work, and your life, I invite you to explore Yusuf Wilson's new book, The AI Human Blueprint: Future-Proof Your Career in the Agentic AI Era. The two-time Amazon best-selling author shares a practical blueprint for building your thought partnership power with AI and for learning how to collaborate with intelligent tools in ways that strengthen your human judgment, creativity, and leadership. As one of the core ideas behind CareBridge Protocol reminds us, AI does not replace human intelligence, it amplifies human potential. If you found value in today's session, please subscribe, like this video, and share it with someone who could benefit from learning how to use AI more responsibly and more powerfully. And most of all, I wish you continued success as an AI innovator on your learning journey. Thank you for learning with me today. Keep building, keep exploring, and continue your journey as an AI innovator. We're only getting started. We're only just beginning.